Hi guys, it's Sue. Today I am sharing with you my design team project for Shabbydabbydoodah. I will put the link down below to Tina's shop and you can go and check out all her amazing printables. The kit that I'm using today is Secret Garden and it's just pretty and vintage and beautiful. So I've done something a little bit different. What I've done is I've just made a little notebook, so this video will be partially showing you what I've done, but I thought I might even do a little bit of a craft with me and decorate a few pages and a few elements to go in the notebook or the journal. So okay, so what I've done is I found some of these beautiful Tyvek craft coloured pencil cases, and just absolutely love them. Can you hear that? And they just feel amazing. So I thought what I'd do is decorate one of these to match the notebook. And what I've also done, so I've got pearls hanging there from it as well. And this gorgeous little cameo I just picked up at an op shop here, one of our op shops locally. And it just fit on one of the frames out of the kit perfectly. So I've just done some beads along here, fussy cut some of the flowers out of the kit and just laid it basically. So and inside, so this is something like journal on the go. So you could take this, put this in I'd probably put it in a Ziploc bag in your handbag just so that it doesn't all get wrecked. And you've got, you know, put a few pens and what have you in the pencil case as well. Bit of glue and you're right to go, so you can journal on the go. That was my thought process anyway. So, and what I've done in here is I've cut out and inked and sewn a lot of different elements out of the kit. I'll show you those in a minute. I just thought I'd just quickly show you the notebook, so I'll just pop that to the side. So what I've done is I've just used one of the beautiful pages out of the kit. I've just done, I think there's, from memory, 80 pages front and back in here. And I've just done a seam binding closure with eyelets. And I've just secured the spine here with some fabric. And I've just sewn around that. And on the end here, I've just put some pearls and a beautiful pink tassel. So it all coordinates. So I've just printed the coffee dyed piece out of Tina's kit. Sorry, I'm lost for words today, I can't speak. Onto the back of this and just sewn around it. I've just cut one of the frames out of the kit as well, laid it with a little bit of cheesecloth and just popped that on the front. So that's the back there as well. As I said, it's just fairly simple inside, so I've just used a couple of the papers out of the kit as well. Absolutely stunning. And put lots of different papers, so old order book pages. This is the Tina's page out of the kit. My own coffee dye paper, grid paper. So I've just put that all the way throughout. It's another one of Tina's beautiful pages. Just done a flip out. Just cut a tab out of one of the pages as well. Printed another page on some vellum, which turned out beautifully. Love this coffee dyed sheet. You know, if you don't have time to coffee dye your own paper or the means to do it, just, you know, for a small price, you can get so many different pages. You know, in this kit you get all these beautiful pages, and then you get this, which would be a staple for any journal that you're making. So it's certainly well worth investing. So just quickly showing you what I've put in there. So that's another page. I've just used that as the center. And here we have the supervisor. Say hello, Roland. Say hello. And you need to go, mate. I'm busy. Okay, we have cuddles later. All right. Sorry about that. He's very needy today. I'm not sure what that's all about. Okay. yeah, so lots and lots and lots of different paper. I've done nothing else in there but added some of the beautiful papers out of the kit and my own coffee dyed papers. As you can see throughout. So that's it, and he's back. Just hang on a sec, guys. I'll just go and put him in the other part of the house. It won't be long. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. You'll probably hear him howling on my windowsill in a minute. I've put him outside, so... All right, so that's just the little notebook. It's basically just the sheet that I've printed out and I've folded in half. It comes to 8 inches by 5.5. So nice size. Yeah, nice easy size to put in your handbag as well if you want to do the journaling on the go, which was my thought process with this. So inside this yummy crunchy pencil case, I have just put, and these are all lined, they're beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I have put elements out of the kit. So now I haven't used all of the kit, and I'll show you that in a minute. So these are just some things that I've like pre-prepared. So these are pockets out of the kit, and I've inked around everything or sewn where I wanted to sew. This is this beautiful, beautiful envelope. It's another little mini envelope. It's just an absolutely beautiful range. So I've done, you know, like cut out a lot of the tags and backed them with coffee dyed paper and sewn around them. So as you can see, the colours and the images are just amazing. And they come in like, you know, you get one size and then you get a smaller size. They're just so versatile. So yeah, I've just done all that. All these are stitched and coffee dyed. Beautiful frames, gorgeous architecture. Tina loves architecture. You can see that in her kits. Beautiful tag with the curved top, which is really lovely. Just stunning, you know, like these that you can actually build on, you know, do different things on. Oops, throwing them around now. So just to give you an idea, that's what I've done, and yeah, that was my thought process, was to have it as a journal on the go type project. So, and this is something that you could do as well if you don't have a lot of time. If you get a few, you know, half an hour, cut out a kit, ink it up, you know, the next day if you get a little bit more time, you know, sew around it, you know, just get even if you just get a Ziploc bag and put it all together, make a little notebook, and then you can just decorate as you go. So these are some of the smaller elements out of the kit, which I've just put in just so that they don't all get messed up in the pencil case. Just put them in some little cellophane bags. They're just so cute. Lots of little hexagon labels, like book plates, lined labels. I mean, they're just amazing. It's just so worth getting the kit. So I will just pop them in there out of the way. Need to put my glasses on so I can see where the bag opens. And then I've put just the slightly larger images in this one. So I'm thinking I'm going to do something like this for, I'm going on my honeymoon in March. So, and I want to take a couple of notebooks to keep, you know, details of what we got up to and that sort of thing. And then I will make a journal when I get home. But I just wanted to have, you know, like I can't journal on a blank page. I need to have some sort of decoration on there. So I thought I might do something like this for when we go on our honeymoon. So how stunning are those frames? So yeah, I don't know. I just think that this is a good way to have it on hand. If you get the urge to do a bit of journaling, you've got it there, and you've got some bits and pieces to decorate as well. So let's pop all those in there. And then I also had some bits of paper or card left over. So what I thought I would do is just cut some tabs out of the papers as well. So I've just done several different tabs out of the papers there. Just beautiful. Absolutely love it. So what we might do now is I'm just going to pause the video and get rid of this my good lace cloth, and I'll get my workstation ready, and we might do a little bit of a craft with me and decorate a few pages and a few elements to go in the journal. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, guys. Sorry about the glare. I just can't. It's a funny day today, and I just can't help the glare, so I hope it's not too distracting. So I've gone from a beautiful lace cloth to now my messy work table. So we can get down to some business and do a little bit of decorating. So I don't really know. I did have a little bit of a think. I've got started doing these little needle keeper tags, and I just love them. I just think they're so cute. They're something different. So I thought on this beautiful curved tag I would cut a little bit of wool felt to fit on there, and I've just pre-sewn some trim on the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue that there, and then we'll find some hat pins and stick them in there, and we can use that in the journal. So just need to find my glue. So I'm just going to pop that to the side for the moment so I don't get glue on it everywhere. So I hope you're all well. Oh, I don't know. I've just been crazy busy. I plan on doing at least one video a week, and it just doesn't happen with work and, you know, family and all the rest of it. I know you're all probably in the same boat. Nothing ever seems to really go to plan, does it? All right, so I'm just going to stick this. I mean, you could sew this directly through the tag, but because I had pre-done the tag with coffee dyed paper and then sewn it, I just didn't want the stitching to see through, because you can use this to journal on the back as well if you want to. So just stick that down, and so simple. And this is just a beautiful gift that you could stick in a card for somebody as well, doing something like this. I've just got this little jar of all bits and pieces. So I've got hat pins and all sorts. So I thought I might, odd numbers are always good, aren't they? Ouch, they're sharp. There's one that I've seen that I want and I can't get at. So just going to pop this little one in here. So cute. I'll go with his heart. Oh, I'm just all thumbs today. And what have we got? I'll just go with this teardrop pearl. This one's a bit longer. So just something different. I just find these are just a really beautiful tactile element. And I mean, you can reuse these hat pins throughout and on your embellishments if you want to, or you can just leave it as a decoration in your journal. I just love doing those. I quilt, and I have quite a few friends that are quilters as well. So I'm thinking, just as like, I don't normally give Christmas gifts or anything like that, but just a card and maybe something like this in there with some needles or just some decorative pins. Simple and easy gift, and doesn't cost a lot of money either, so that's always a bonus. So that's that one. I'm just thinking, do we want to put an eyelet in there and some seam binding? What I might do is I might just leave that at the moment. So that's just one little element that can go in the journal. What I thought we might do is these pockets. I think there's 2 pockets. Yeah. No, that's the envelope. To find all the, here we go. So I've got these 2 beautiful pockets. I thought we might put just them in the front, one in the front and one in the back. What do you think? So I think we might just go ahead and glue those down. So these are really easy, once again, to put together as well. I mean, you could add lace and all sorts of things. I might add some cheesecloth and one of the smaller elements maybe. I might just get them down. I'm not going to do any sewing on them. So if I was going to sew on them, I would do all the decorations first, but I think I'm just going to put them in as is. And I always put too much glue on. And always end up with excess seeping out the sides. No matter how hard I try not to do that, I always manage to. So that just changes your plain cover just to something a little bit more beautiful. I just need to just hold my hand on there for a little bit longer, just so that that stays down. So yeah, you know, on here I might use one of these smaller elements and just put some cheesecloth or something under there just to sort of give it a little bit more dimension. But I'll put this other one on the back as well. So that's pretty well adhered there. I'll put this other pocket in the back. So yeah, make sure you go over and check out Tina's printable. She has some beautiful ones and she's coming up with new ones all the time. So I'm cutting it fine with this one. This is my August design team project, and it's the last day of August. So I've as I said, just been so busy, and you know, life just seems to get in the way sometimes, and unfortunately I have a real job that I have to go to work to pay for my habit of crafting, so that gets in the way too, doesn't it? I love this Taylor's Pharmacy. We actually have Taylor's Pharmacy in our hometown here, and they've been part of our town for as long as I can remember. I mean, they were still going. They were going when my kids were babies, and well prior to that. So that's close to my heart, that one. So I think that's pretty well adhered down. So yeah, so that's just a, you know, a nice little pockets. And the way that Tina does the tabs, it gives it like a little gusset, so it gives you a little bit more room to put a few more bits and pieces in there. This one I probably won't decorate because this is quite busy, the background, and we've got this here. I like that, so I think I'm just going to leave that as it is, that one. But we'll head back to the front. Just make sure. So on here I was thinking maybe if I added a little bit of cheesecloth maybe. So I'm just going to cut a piece. I just need to make sure that I'm still filming because my phone is getting really full. Looks like I am. So I'm just going to cut a random piece of cheesecloth. I don't even really, I don't measure or anything, I just chop. chop and place. So, and I just want to put one of these smaller elements, I think, on there. You've got the birds and the I think I want to go for something round or hexagonal maybe. Actually, that might be pretty. Oh, that bit of cheesecloth's annoying me. It's too it's all folded, so we'll try another piece. I don't know, I'm a bit indecisive lately. What else have we got here? I mean, there's so many beautiful things in the kit, it's hard to make a decision. No, I think I like that. I'm just going to go with that, I think. So all I do is I always just leave the cheesecloth there and I put the glue on the element that I'm gluing to the cheesecloth. Just put a little bit of excess glue in the middle. Oh, and don't drop it. And then just pop it on top of the cheesecloth. And it'll just seep through the cheesecloth and stick both elements to the pocket or the page, whatever you're doing. And then I just do a little, just pull some of the strands so it doesn't look quite like a cut edge. And it doesn't have to be perfect. So that just gives it a little bit of texture, which is always nice. Oh, I've got cheesecloth stuck all on me. And I was just thinking, I've got some, I don't know whether this probably really needs to be ironed. This gorgeous lace here. I was thinking whether to have it hanging out the bottom, but it's a bit big, I think. Yeah, okay, we'll leave that. All right, so that's that. So some of these beautiful envelopes, I mean, you don't even have to stick these down. I just love, with envelopes, I love just putting them over the edge of a page. So, you know, something like that. So this side, I mean, you can glue that down and glue that down here, and then you've got a pocket here if you want to. You can do that. I like to be able, and then once you've glued that, then you've got this side here and it's just a flip out. I like to be able to take the envelope out and so that you can put it in different areas of your journal. So probably what I would do is just attach that with a safety pin. Not a safety pin, what do you call them? Paper clip. I'll be right back and I'll just grab one. And on the paper clips, I always like to add some ribbon or some lace or seam binding. So I'm nearly out of small paper clips. So I always just get just a plain paper clip, just cut a length. I probably waste so much seam binding because I don't I just cut it and hope that it's long enough, and if it's too long I just trim the edges off, but all the little bits you have left over you can use them in clusters or you know, trims. So that's all I do with my paper clips, and probably that is a little bit long for my liking, so I'm just going to trim this one down, and then that one a mind of its own. those little bits there I won't keep, but anything, you know, like longer you can use. So I might move this up a little bit just so that this sticks out the side of the journal. So then you've got like a beautiful little element there, bit of decoration. So without taking away from your journaling space, you can journal underneath, and then you can also add bits and pieces in the envelope. So what have we got that we've got sewn that will fit in here? There we go. We'll pop one and just put a couple of journaling cards in there. I am all thumbs today, aren't I? Bit out of practice, I think, with these videos. So just pop that on there. That keeps that in place. And I just love bits and pieces. You know, I always leave my threads hanging, and I just love bits and pieces, you know, hanging out the side and out the top of the journals. So, yeah, so that's one element. We could even do the same with this one. It just seems a shame, you know, it's got such a beautiful image on there to actually stick that down and use it as a pocket. So I'm going to do the same sort of thing, but this time I think I'll do it from the top of a page. So, like, I don't ever have any real rhyme or reason as to where I put things. I just try and keep it reasonably balanced. But then having said that, I've just finished a journal for a swap with the beautiful Maddie from Crafty Law, and it's just grown to this big monster, and it can hardly even shut it now. So I don't know, just don't seem to know when to stop. I try and make it all balanced and, you know, not over the top, but I don't know, it just happens. But I am getting good with clipping things in a bit more so now, so that if you do get one of my journals, you can actually take it out and move around the elements within. So I am getting better with that. Anyway, we all have our different styles and what we like, so I mean, I'm not everyone's cup of tea, I understand that, and that's fine, because it'd be a sad world, wouldn't it, if we were all the same and all like the same thing. So same thing here. I've just done the paper clip, and I'm just going to clip it on the top. I might put a couple of smaller elements in here first before we finish that. Let's just put a few of these cute little. So as I said, I've all cut and inked all these prior so that you can use it on the go, you know, when you're out and about and if you want to do some journaling. So I'm just going to put a few elements in there and just pop this one over the top. Oh, I don't want to do it on, oh no. So we'll pop that over there. Like that. So then you have a little bit of fluff hanging out the top there as well. Okay. So I'm going to pop in here a couple of journaling cards. Look, I don't think, I mean, you can add texture to these. You know, layer them. I just think they're beautiful enough on their own. You really don't need to do much. That's just my thought process, because there's so many other things that you can decorate. So I'm just going to pop a few of these in the pockets. I love these curved tags so much. I think I'm going to put an eyelet in. I'm going to, I like this one, but that's the same. Oh, it's not the same. Okay, so I'm going to put that back in there, and I'm going to put an eyelet in both of these and some seam binding. And now I have to just scoot off quickly and get my eyelets. Sorry, not very organised. Well, I am organised. You should have seen my desk before I started this. It was just an absolute pigsty. So I've put everything back, not thinking that I should keep some close by just in case I need it. So I'm going to put an eyelet in the top of each of these, and I'm just using my crocodile. I love this thing. My son bought this for me a couple of Christmases ago, and I used to use it all the time. So just going to pop them in there, and I'm going to pop a little bit of seam binding in the top. And once again, it's just a beautiful printable, and you just add a few different elements, a bit of stitching, a bit of inking, and put an eyelet in and some seam binding, and it just finishes the whole thing off. So, I mean, you don't even have to use these in your journals. How gorgeous would they look on you know, gift wrapping? And then you can just put your message on there for the person. That'd actually make a beautiful wedding gift tag. Okay, so I'm just going to go, I've run out of this colour seam binding, but this still matches in, so I'm just going to go with this one today. So I'm going to cut 2 pieces and just pop them in. Okay. Leave that like that. Put that one in the front. And do this one. Very quiet, aren't I? I just don't know. Concentrating, I guess. Cut that little bit off. So there you go. You've got some beautiful journaling tags in there that you can utilise as well. So that's as easy as it gets, you know. It's not you don't have to do anything overly fancy. Sometimes some of the kits you just don't need to do anything at all because they're just beautiful on their own. Yeah, so another thing that I like to do as well is I like to use, and I do this a lot, I pre-sew and pre-ink journaling cards because I just think, well, they're on hand, but sometimes I will actually, you know, do that and then I'll end up using them as a tuck. And sometimes, you know, like this one here, the beautiful coffee dyeing that I've done, it gets lost, but that's, you know, that's the way it goes. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a tuck in here with one of these tags. So all I do is just glue two sides. My glue's all gone all glumpy. So I just glue 2 sides and then just stick it down, and then you have another tuck that you can put bits and pieces in, and then you can still, you know, you can still journal around this. And then if you've got photos that corresponds with your journaling, you can pop the photos in there. I just love my journals. I love interactive elements, so that, you know, if it's not your very personal journal and you're happy for people to look at it, you know, you can go, they can take things out and have a look at them. And but same thing for me, I do have private things in one of my journals and I don't let anyone see it, but I love just going through it and having that interaction and taking things out. And I don't know, goes back to my childhood days, I think. I just love all that, you know, playing around with paper and tucking things away and hiding things. So that's all you need to do there. So you now have a tuck there. So what are we going to pop in there? We'll put, just put that beautiful card there. There you go. So as I said, I'm not going to decorate a lot of it. I just wanted to show you just a few little things that you could do to spruce up your journal. Might do something on this side. So we could use some of these as well. So that's got beautiful coffee dyeing on the back. So is that. use these as pockets. So let's just glue down another pocket. So I don't know whether this helps anybody, and this is just the way that I sort of, my process is. A lot of my journals are a lot more detailed and I will add a lot more to it, but I know that I've got a lot of new subbies that are just getting into junk journaling. So welcome guys, and thanks for subscribing. But, you know, I get questions, you know, how do you do this and how do you do that? And, you know, I don't know how to make a pocket. And all it is you don't need to make anything fancy. Just obviously these ones that don't have the gusset on the inside, you can't add as much into there. But it works the same, works exactly the same as any of your other pockets. So you can just pop, you know, little bits and pieces in there. I might put like a frame in here. Pop that in there, and that's as easy as it is. And it's just, I mean, it just makes your page, just decorates your page a little bit. As I said, once again, here you can do your journaling and pop photos, or, you know, leave these in here, you know, journal on the back, all that sort of thing. So you can take a simple notebook into something that's just beautiful, especially when you get a gorgeous kit like this one. So we've got this little needle tag, I guess you could call it. I might put another pocket somewhere and we'll just pop this in, I think. So let's use one of these bigger ones. So I'm just going to glue 3 sides again. And once again, I mean, it's a shame that I'm losing that beautiful coffee dyeing effect on the back, but I like to try, and if I only have half an hour in the day, I like to try and craft every day if I can, even if it's just cutting out kits that I've printed off, just cutting out the elements. I mean, I just feel it's like therapy for me. I just feel that it's... I feel like I am actually doing something. So if it means that I prepare some of these and I don't use them as pockets, that's great. If I do use them as pockets, that's great as well. Sometimes I never know what I'm going to use them for. A lot of the time I do make elements for my journal once I work out, you know, which kit I'm going to use, and I'll make them as I go through making the journal. But I just wanted this to be I guess an easier project that anyone at any level can do, particularly the people that are just starting out with junk journaling. So be prepared to get addicted. That's all I can say. I started junk journaling about 18 months ago and I am just obsessed with it. I eat, sleep and breathe it. To the point that I actually dream about it, which is really sad. Well, it's not. I mean, when you love something, it's just, yeah. I just, you know, quite often I'll have dreams and come up with ideas in my dreams. So, and I wake up and I've got to write it down, or I've got to get up and you know, do it straight away so it doesn't go out of my head. So there you go. You've just got another little pocket, which is really nice. And then I've just popped that needle tag. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. It came from nowhere. In there. Any of the excess glue that you can see, you can just rub that off. And you can always come back with an eraser later and just get some of that off. So that's just stuck on there as a pocket, which is really lovely. Another thing that you can do as well, I mean, why not even one of these elements here? Why not even have it as if it is the actual chandelier hanging? Is it better on cream, or let's have a look. So why not glue that down as if it's actually hanging on the page? So, and what we might do is let's leave this little bit down the bottom unglued, so that you can actually tuck something underneath. I just like to try and make most of my elements, as I said, interactive or practical, so that they can, you know, tuck spots that you can use. You know, you just don't know as you go, as you start journaling, like what you want to add. So that's glued to there, which looks really yummy. And then you've got, and I probably won't do, I'll show you, but I won't do it straight away because of the glue. But you can just tuck something under there. So you've got a tuck spot there now. I'm not going to leave that there because the glue is not quite dry, so that will end up sticking. So I'll leave that there because I quite like that one there. And I just thought, just having a bit of scout through here. Same thing here, we can use this as a pocket. So what I would do is just sew probably from these points here, just down the sides to this point here, just a small bead of glue. And we're just going to stick that down in the center of the page. I think that looks straight. Well, it was straight. Just rub off the excess glue. You can get the excess glue off first. It saves a lot of messing around later. And I guess rubbing and getting the excess glue off is burnishing the element to your page as well. So there you have like a decorative piece, which is really, really nice. And then you can use it as that's too big. You can use it as a pocket as well, a tuck spot as well. So, so just pop that in there, and maybe a couple little elements like that. So how cute's that? All right, so that's all I'm going to do. I just wanted to give you a little bit of an idea. I mean, we've got these tabs. You can put them on your pages. You can put them on your tags. But I just wanted to have it so that it's a journaling on the go project, so that you can you have everything that you need. So as I said, just in your pencil case, just pop a pencil and a glue stick, pair of scissors if you want to. But if you've got everything prepared like this, you really don't need, I mean, you can do, when you get home, you can add your cheesecloth, you can add you know, your seam binding and all that sort of thing. But if you get the urge and you want to journal while you're out and about, you've got everything here. Add a pen, some glue, a glue stick, and you can journal and decorate as you go. So I'll just give you a really quick flip through of that again. So that's a beautiful pencil case. I just absolutely love that. I can see I'm going to make a few more of those. And then this is just the notebook. So we've just put a pocket in the front, and we have 3 of the gorgeous elements out of Tina's kit. I will put the link down to her shop below. So lots and lots of space in here for journaling. So I've just used a tag there as a tuck spot and one of her beautiful journaling cards. So, and just one of the envelopes out of the kit tucked over with a clip, and then more elements inside. Okay. Oh, my fingers won't work today. Beautiful, beautiful papers. And I was going to show you how much is still left of the kit too, wasn't I? So this is just one of the journaling cards that we glued down as a pocket and just added a few elements in there. Printing it on vellum, just beautiful. I've just worked out I've got this U-Butte printer that I've invested a lot of money in and then got all excited, and I mean it's one of those eco tanks, but you can't print vellum on it. But I worked out how to do it. So you've got to actually stick it onto the back of a piece of photocopy paper first, and I found these that I've had for years. You can see because they're all yellowed. They're called Magic Dots. I can't find them anymore. I'm sure there's something similar, and all I do is I put 4 on the bottom right on the edge of the photocopy paper and then push adhere my what do you call it, vellum to it, and it actually prints, which is good because I thought I've spent all that money and all I can do is print out card and paper. So I was really glad when I worked that, because the first time I put vellum through it just crunched everything up inside the printer and it was a hell of a mess inside. I thought I might have wrecked it, but I didn't. So yeah, lots and lots and lots of journaling space and space for decorating in this little journal. So just stunning. It sort of lends itself. It says baptism there, but you could even do a journal out of this kit for like a wedding journal. So here's just one of the frames that we've stuck and just made into a pocket, and then just some of the smaller elements just tucked in there. It's just another one of the beautiful envelopes with some bits and pieces. That's the back of that vellum page. Just another journaling card that we've made into a pocket, and then that's just that beautiful little needle tag. I love making them. A bit addicted to them at the moment. You'll see a few of those in my upcoming projects. I've just put tabs on there just so that you know that it's a flip out and it's not a pocket. And so this is just the chandelier that I've fussy cut, and I've left the base of it unglued, so you can just use that as a tuck spot, a top loading tuck spot. And the back pocket, which we haven't got any tags in, we better do something about that. So we'll just pop a couple of journaling cards in there. I'll put that in upside down. Yes. And there you have it. So that's my design team project for August. I hope you like it. I had so much fun putting it together, and I don't know, I just wanted to do something a little bit different so that, you know, pop that in your bag and you've got it at all times, and you can just, as I said, journal on the go. Yeah, I just think it's one way that I think that I would probably journal more if I had something like that in my handbag. So I may even keep this one myself, but I just wanted to share with you guys just what you did get in the kit. This is a kit that I've printed off, and I haven't used all of it. So I've printed and started cutting out bits and pieces, and so that's another piece that I've printed on vellum. I just love that. You know, like I've got all these beautiful pages. I mean, I could have just kept going. So this is a gorgeous page you can use for collage, like a tear sheet. Some beautiful architecture there again, which Tina loves. One's upside down. I mean, it's just so dainty and it's just beautiful. I just love it. So I will be using that again. Oh, this is just the sheet. See, I've just put the sticky dots on the bottom and then put the vellum on the top. And then on the back of the pages, I've used the coffee dye piece out of the kit as well, and just done that back to back. And then I've still got all of these elements here that I've printed off, and it's just huge. The kit is just huge. It's amazing. So you just get so much, you know, more pockets, more journaling cards, you know, pieces for fussy cutting, smaller elements. It's just, look at that, that's gorgeous. It's just amazing. You know, like I could have just gone to town. So look at that gorgeous little frame there. There's just so much in there. It's just beautiful. So this one, you will see this one pop up again. I'm actually thinking I'm going to use some of this in my wedding journal. I have a wedding journal that I've made, and just to keep a track of where we're at with, you know, booking people for services, and, you know, just diarising the whole preparation for the wedding. So I'm thinking I may even use some of this for that. So that's how much you get in the kit, and I'll just show you once again the project as it's done. So that's my design team project for August for Tina at Shabbydabbydoodah, or I'll put the link down below. I hope you like what you saw, guys. Please give me a thumbs up or subscribe if you haven't already done so. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed and that support me. You're all amazing, and your comments just are beautiful, and I just hope that I can inspire at least one of you with one of my projects, any of my projects that I do. So that's what I'm in this for. As I said, I eat, breathe and sleep junk journaling, and have done for the last 18 months or so, and it's just, I'm just passionate about it and just love to share. So it's a great community to be involved in. So as I said, thanks again for all your support. I'll put Tina's link down below, and I will see you again soon, hopefully. Take care, guys. Bye bye.